Hello and good day to you, my beautiful friends. I do hope you are well. Welcome to episode 80 of Cross Button VR. Our journey into the world of VR. I'm your host, Laurie, and it's an honor to be joined by two of the most elegant influencers in the metaverse. It's Alex and Reese. Hello.
Hello there.
Hello, chaps. Look at you in your beautifully color-coordinated rooms, matching our new color scheme. We should have had a third color in the logo that I could then have adopted as my theme in my room.
Or you could just start at purple and get to blue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was just having multiple lights. Yeah. We can
spend more money on lights than anything else.
As I say, if we've got any money in the kitty left, I'll spend it on an expensive lighting scheme for my room.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. If I have a work call, they'll be like, "What are you doing? Make your room so colourful."
I had this on a work call the other day. It was quite amusing.
Yeah, well, yours is not too bad.
Yeah, the only thing I've ever had brought up in a work call was my figures in the background asking what they were from. That's about it. It's very awkward. Just like, oh, what games are they from? I was like, yeah, this could take too long. Let's just crack on.
Yeah.
Before we crack on, Laurie, just clicked on how are we in episode 80?
80, I know. Flying through them. I was thinking it's not going to be too long. We have to start planning what we're going to do for episode 100.
Yeah.
In what?
January.
Is that what it'll be? You worked out there. 20 weeks time.
Damn, that was quick. Look at that. Maths.
Is he like some sort of Rain Man style? Can you just do that? What month will it be in 30 weeks time? That's easy.
I mean, only because I had already worked out when episode 100 was due to land, so I knew it was in January. But
okay, well, that's going to be a fun. We'll have our end of year quiz we can look forward to. Everyone loves that episode, doesn't they?
The Ben quiz. Can we bring Ben back to do a quiz about Ben?
Absolutely, Ben's coming back. Absolutely, Ben's coming back. And whoever wins that gets to become a host on the show, like Reese did.
No, I didn't win it. So how did that work?
Whoever loses has to be the.
Phil should have been here.
So yeah, Alex and I are going to get dropped as someone new.
That's how we evolve.
Yeah. Well, it's important to keep things fresh, and it's like, yeah, more people should do that maybe. Well, okay. Well, before then, if anyone wants to support us while we are still here, please give the podcast a sub on the service they're using. And if you're on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. Leave us a comment too. And you can also follow us on Twitter at CrossButtonVR. And if you cannot get enough of Alex and you miss that we lad Ben, then check out the Mimic's Fail. Is that just at the Mimic's Fail?
It is indeed, yes.
You managed to bag a good handle there?
Yeah.
And you don't do YouTube, do you guys? You just on pods?
Well, the episodes do go on YouTube and audio only, and there's some like little shorts and stuff on there. So we do have YouTube, but no, search for us in your podcast app of choice, and the Mimic's Fail, you'll find us.
Yes, that's more of
even
a...
on Pocket Casts.
Ooh, that's
a new episode every Thursday.
Every Thursday, yes. Thank you. I was getting there. But that's more of just a general video game chat about what you guys have all been playing. And this week's episode was particularly funny. So, and also, people might remember Lewis as well. One-time VR player popped up on this show once. He also presents that with you and Ben. So it's a grand listen.
The one-time VR player, he's never touched it since. So was it just
well,
that one
I don't
time?
Think so. He played a bit of Masquerade, and then I think that was it, wasn't it?
No, I definitely played Walkabout mini golf with him. I remember him really torturing me of how bad I was. I mean, just the normal Walkabout mini golf stuff.
Yeah, no. Hello, Lewis. We love you. Cool. Well, let's get on because we've got loads of little things to be talking about today.
Yeah.
But all we really want to talk about is this new game we've been playing. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. It's a small title, Astro Bot. Alex, I think you've been talking about Astro Bot. I think since this podcast started. Is it nice to be finally playing some new Astro Bot, Alex?
It is, and I'm just delighted that it's not in VR. I mean, I really think
you're going to piss people off with that, Alex. But
I think if we'd have put it in VR, it would just have spoiled the experience, wouldn't it? Like,
just went straight in with a knife. Yeah, I'm playing Astro Bot. It's good because it's not in VR.
No,
God, if you clip that out and put that on Twitter, you know how much shit we're going to get from the people that insisted that it should have been a hybrid game.
Yes, but you all know that I don't mean it.
I mean, I got comments on that side of stuff. So I mean, that's with it.
Well, no, I was going to say, I think it's good because it opens the franchise up. If it had just been a VR only game, this good. I mean, it would have been great for the headset, but they would have sold like 1 million copies at most. Whereas it will sell. I mean, how many PS5s are there's like 60 million out there now?
Something like that.
This will drop. This will do like 10 million by the end of the year, I should think.
Probably done it. I would be surprised if it done it.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
It's the reviews of it have been absolutely like game of the generation kind
10 out of 10,
reviews.
9 out of 10. It's all been good, isn't it?
everyone was saying, "Oh, is it going to be in the conversation for Game of the Year because it's
It
kind of a
must be.
platformer?" But everyone's like, "Mate, this is like Game of the Generation, like Game of the Year. This is something truly once in a generation sort of game that you get."
Definitely deserves awards. Like even if it's just for audio, if it comes away with no awards, that's it. I'm walking away.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'll pick up the best family game, won't it, at the Game Awards at the very least.
I mean,
I'm
only
sure.
have to compete with some Nintendo Switch games, isn't it? So, I mean, it's not really going to be difficult.
But I mean, that whole could, as if like the Game of the Year, what the Game Awards gives matters. Of course, it doesn't matter. But the fact is, it's a fantastic game, whether it gets Game of the Year award or not, and it's brilliant. It's something that's going to be really special for so many people. And why are we talking about it on our VR podcast? Because it's fucking Astro Bot, man. It's like Astro Bot is a VR. It's a VR. I think VR gave him his first proper game. Because what was that tech demo they did?
Playroom.
Was that a move thing? But no, that was...
No, the one on it was the one that was game with the eye, like that the square camera.
Oh, what was that called?
It wasn't the eye toy. It was the.
No, it's just the PS4 camera.
It was a PlayStation 3. It was the flat camera. The flat one.
The long one.
Yeah.
Which that's because you could play that if you bought the VR thing. You bought that camera. You'd be unusual. It'd be strange to buy that camera if you weren't playing the VR. So I kind of think of that tech demo as being associated with the VR because you bought that camera and then you got access to that demo that came with it. So that was the first thing we saw.
You also had the Playroom VR as well.
That's the one on PS.
Is
that not what I'm talking about?
That was pre-rescue mission.
Yeah, so that was pre-rescue mission. So basically, you had loads of other little mini games in. So that was pre-rescue mission. Then rescue mission came out, and
but rescue mission,
then Playroom, just to confuse you again.
That was the first game, right? The first full game on PSVR.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was where the franchise really got a chance to stretch its legs and shine. And then obviously on PS5, it was installed on every. I wonder how many people. I still see people on Twitter saying they just never bothered to play that because they're just not interested in that sort of game. And you think you fooled, you absolute fool. It takes like a couple of hours to get through if you just want to breeze through it.
It was Gritty we saw the other day. I mean, Alex literally jumped straight on the post like, "How have you not played this yet?" And he instantly was like, "Yeah, no, I regret my decision." And just as I turned off my PlayStation Day, I've seen that he's playing Astro Bot already. So I mean, he's all in for that. Yeah,
and I love the idea that there'll be people that never played it buy Astro Bot because it's like the big hyped up thing for amazing reviews, and then they can finish the game and then go back and play Astro's Playroom. And be like, "Oh yeah, I've got an extra, 5 hours worth of Astro Bot here I can play." It's amazing.
Yeah, I think they made the great choice by having that pre-installed or ready to install on PS5 when it first came out. It was the first game I played on the PS5 and loved every minute of it.
Yeah, same. And it just, I don't think, because I still play it quite a lot. I have played it. Obviously, I've been playing it to get those extra bots. I did the little challenge hidden bots things, but I play it with my kids quite a lot. And I still, even to this day, play it recently. Think, wow, there's nothing that looks as clean and as sharp until obviously now Astro Bot's come out. But how just clean and crisp and the colours in that game and the sharpness of it and the nothing's used the DualSense anywhere near as well as that game did until obviously now Astro Bot. Yeah, all right. Alex is now showing off his special Astro Bot controller that goes with it. I love the fact that it must be nice playing that and then it's there on screen.
Actually, on the screen, yeah. I just wish you could open them up and then all the little bots came out. That would be quite nice, wouldn't it?
So the first level, I spent a good few minutes with my kids just flicking the controller to launch them all up in the air. They were delighted. My daughters, they were delighted watching me do that. That could be the whole game for them.
Just sitting there the whole time, weren't you?
Yeah. And
I was just going to say, my son, he loves the gacha machine. So once you get the gacha machine unlocked, you'll probably not have got that far yet, but I'm like, right, I haven't opened any of them yet because I know he'll want to do it, so I've left that bit for him to do because he'll just have a great time just in there spending all my coins and playing it. I'm like, just such a great family experience.
Yeah, it's good because my kids, like the Xbox is in our playroom. We just kind of use that for media apps really, and they've got a few games on Game Pass that they play, like the Peppa Pig and Bluey games and stuff, which they love. But they only really fiddle with that. They know they don't like, especially my youngest two. They don't play on the PlayStation because all the games I've got are mainly just murder, death sims like The Last of Us and just miserable things that are just too violent or scary or just intense.
That's not my PlayStation.
They don't go near the PlayStation basically. They play the Switch and the Xbox. They know they're allowed to play, but there's not really anything for them on the PlayStation. But now they all want to have a go on the PlayStation because Astro Bot's there, so they're very excited to have a go on the PlayStation now. So yes, very exciting times for the franchise, and I think I've said this since it came out. It makes sense they're not putting it on PSVR2. They're building it for. And I don't think that's any reflection of the sales. I don't think it was ever going to be intended for PSVR2, even if PSVR2 had been a smash hit success that they couldn't keep up with sales. It was always sold out. Still don't think this would have come to it, because they would have started making this game like from day one, as soon as they finished making Playroom. So they've never pivoted away from VR. This was always designed for this. But what I do think is the success of this and how loved the brand will be now, and how much it's going to be their new mascot. They would be absolutely crazy to not now bring across Rescue Mission and enhanced port of that. Even if they just port it, I think people would love that, because even people that played it originally would happily play it again if it had enhanced graphics and controls. And you know what they're like; they're attention to detail. They would definitely add some newer things to it. Like the same way they went in and patched the Playroom with newer. They put all the extra PlayStation hardware in it in that extra room in the museum. They would do something with it.
And can we just say as well, that midnight release thing they did was such a great idea. Like seeing more bots come into the room as the time went on, getting closer and closer to the release. I just thought it was absolutely perfect way to kind of have a release within your own game. It was just, so well done.
Yeah. We're like, it's in-game event.
Yeah.
I mean, so let's take it back to the VR side of Astro. Obviously, if you're saying if it was hybrid, because that's one thing I was playing this, I've kind of thought to myself, if this was hybrid, I think I would still play it flat. I don't think I'd play it in VR. I think I'd try it, and I think I'd just carry on playing it outside of VR, because I've been absolutely loving it. So, I mean, that's coming from me who's played Rescue Mission before. I think this is the best Astro Bot they've made.
And I think, on the other hand, for PSVR2 fans, you're going to have this and you're going to enjoy it. You're going to get a good, when you could rush through it, you could take your time, but in 4 weeks' time, you're going to have Max Mustard to play, which is going to fill that Astro Void on VR, and which is coming at the perfect time, because they don't shy away from the fact that the major inspiration for Max Mustard was Astro Bot. Like, they will absolutely tell you that's what they've done, and it's a spiritual successor to that game on PSVR2 that you're finally getting, and you're going to get the best version of that game. So it's a shame we've not got an Astro Bot game in PSVR2, but there's plenty to fill not plenty to fill the void. That's maybe been a little bit too positive about it, but Max Mustard's coming to fill that void, and you're going to get that experience that you want from that. So there's no point being sad about it. Let's just enjoy Astro for what it is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Everyone should get out there and play that, because if you own PSVR2, you own a PS5. You owe it to yourself to be playing this game.
Not necessarily, no worry. You could just on a PC
anymore, is it?
Oh, you've made that. Yeah, good
got
point.
Got me lovely PSVR2 PC adapter right here that
now I
haven't used anymore.
Well, now I feel stupid. Now I do feel really stupid. Yes, of course.
Yes.
Okay. Well, still, you should buy a PS5 if you don't have one already and play Astro Bot. Good. Okay, shall we move on from Astro Bot? Should we keep talking about Astro Bot for the whole episode?
But let's just go.
Yeah, let's move on. So we can
let's
get
move
back
on,
to Astro Bot.
There's quite a few. Well, exactly. Yeah, we might have a short episode this week. Depends on how quickly we want to get through all this, so we can get back to Astro Bot.
If you do want more Astro Bot, then come and listen to the Mimic Sale on Thursday, because that's all we're going to be talking about.
Excellent plug. Yeah, you can really get into it then as well. Okay, well, let's go through, because there's quite a few little bits of news to cover off this week. And I'm going to start off with something which seems quite small, but I think is going to be massive. And that is the reveal today of a game called Premier League Player, which is going to come to VR in the end of the year. And this is the first officially licensed Premier League VR game. It's coming exclusively to Quest. And it's by the people that made Resil Player, which was kind of like an athlete training mini game. Lots of fitness training kind of type of stuff, but also aimed at kind of sports and saving, and a bit like Clean Sheets. And yeah, I think if you look at the power that the official Premier League license had with FIFA, the number of Quest owners that will also be teenage boys that will be massively into football, or girls, but I just think there is a huge. I think this would be huge. I do, because the fact that it's going to have all officially licensed players and teams, all the kits, everything. I think it's going to be, even if it is just more fitness training rather than an actual football sim game. Yeah, I think football is massive, and I think that over that Venn diagram of Quest 3 and Premier League, I think it's going to be huge for it, and it's once again another huge win for Quest.
I think having the licenses for the 20 clubs and then, so it's going to have something, not for everyone, because not everyone's going to support one of those 20 clubs, but it's going to have a huge appeal. And I think at the stadiums as well, and I think to be in that kind of virtual environment in your club stadium, if you're a supporter, will feel really cool. So yeah, you're absolutely right. This is going to have a huge draw. You just hope there's something there to back it up, which we don't know yet. We don't know too much about what exactly it's going to be yet. What I've read is it's basically about the last season's Premier League season, and it's recreating different moments of the season.
Yeah, that sounds so intriguing.
Cool.
On the press release, it says it offers moments letting you experience some of the best parts of the 23-24 season of the Premier League, which is like, so what is that going to be like? Last minute winning goals or dramatic penalties or
set pieces and stuff? Yeah,
best header or something like that. There was
all those. You get to relive all those VAR decisions in VR.
Yeah, you just get to walk over to the screen and watch, oh, is that a penalty? Is it not a penalty?
They should have just called it VAR VR.
Yeah. Perfect.
Hey, see?
That's why he's here.
That's
Right,
why he's here.
you missed it.
You have, haven't you? Yeah. No, you guys did a great job last week, by the way. I very much enjoyed listening to last week's episode.
Thank you.
I very much tried to channel my inner Laurie, but it didn't really work.
Hello and good day to you, my beautiful friends. Oh no, it's not working.
How did I become that Scottish guy from Little Britain? I don't know what happened there, but yeah. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Just need that with Flute.
We've lost Reese. We've lost Reese for the night. He's just remembering his foot rubs. That's all.
Stop.
So yeah, Premier League player.
You get too many messages. Can people stop DMing me, okay, and asking me about foot rubs, right? It's not happening.
Nice.
Wait, we'll have a stall at EGX. It'll be £5 a go.
That's the real way I'm getting my ticket.
Yeah. I'll be there for it. Good. Well, that's coming later this year to Quest. We don't have an exact date yet, but I'm sure it'll be there in time for Christmas, so that everyone that gets a Quest for Christmas can get this pre-installed on it.
Maybe you'll get a Quest for Christmas.
Maybe, if I'm very lucky. I won't.
You've been a naughty boy.
I won't be, exactly. I won't be lucky. No, I just might buy one for myself before. Okay, let's move on. Because we're getting silly. What are we doing for time at the moment? Anyway, I've lost all track of when we started this episode.
We're fine. Keep going.
Okay, so another thing that has come out this week is Rad has arrived on PSVR2, and this is the first non-gaming app that we've seen, I believe, anyway, on PSVR2. So this is the media player app, really, and it seems like, well, I downloaded it just out of curiosity, and I know a lot of people think the appeal of this is that you can use it to sideload your own content. I'm not sure what content people have in mind when they are sideloading stuff to watch on a VR headset. I don't know. Do either of you have any idea what people are using it for?
Watch us, no?
Well, yeah, maybe watch us in VR. We should do that.
Sure, that's why they've got that toilet roll in the bed, but yeah.
Watch us. I don't know. Watch VR games. We could only hope that's the thing they're going to do.
But it seems a very strange thing, and I think I've deleted it straight away, to be honest, because you need to have a subscription to it. So you need to have a premium subscription to their thing to be able to sideload your own content and to watch a lot of the stuff on there. So if you go on there just as is, you can watch. There's quite a few free videos that are just random nature documentary stuff. That's all fine. There's a few National Geographic stuff. There's some sights of London. I don't think it's properly VR. I think it's just kind of 3D 360 video that you can look around. It's quite cool, but it's
I like the ones on YouTube that you can just do with your phone and just rotate them.
Yes, that's basically what it's like. It's not like you're watching a Avatar in 3D kind of thing. I think they've said that is coming later. So
that would tempt me.
The Avatar style thing.
Yeah, that
you
would
do
tempt
that in
me.
your Quest.
I can. You can also do that other thing where you can get have you seen the videos where you can get the actual things that are coming out of the screen as well? So you see people watch Jumanji and you see the rhinos run out of the screen and in their room. It's that's 3D. Awesome. Yeah, it's 3D, but it's not 3D okay. If you watch a VR movie in 3D, it's not like that. I mean, it's it's pre-rendered images coming out of the screen. It's different, Alex. I mean, come on.
Reese is it's in this new film Avatar. It's really cool. There's leaves and forest are all around you. It's great, man.
Blue people.
Yeah, blue meanies. So yeah, it seems like it's a bit. And also, Reese, you were saying something about it's got some to join their premium thing. You have to pay using NFTs. So they've got some weird thing that you buy a subscription and it's an NFT, which means you can give your subscription, you can sell it on an NFT marketplace as long as it's one that supports Ethereum currency. And I'm like, what the fuck are you people talking about?
The whole language.
Who on earth Like, surely you just £5 to unlock or something, and then
Yeah, mate, use 10 quid out of your wages and boom, sorted. You can have it.
But no, you want me to buy an NFT using my Ethereum wallet? I was like, are you people on drugs? Like, I'm not having anything. What are you talking about?
Laurie, do you have an NFT in your Ethereum wallet?
I don't know. I don't have any of those things.
It's an Ethereum wallet.
No.
Exactly.
So, I mean, good luck to them, I suppose. I don't want to shit on people's hard work. I'm sure it's a good app for what it wants it to be, but not ideally. Considering all of the lovely non-gaming apps that you have on Quest, I don't think it's going to make a huge impact on the world of PSVR2. But, I mean, you guys, you obviously have your Quest. What non-gaming apps do you play on them that you do?
Big screen, YouTube sometimes.
Yeah,
I'd say Big Screen's probably one of the cooler ones. Me and Alex haven't jumped into that together, but I think that's quite a cool experience as well when you're just kind of sitting there on a sofa in here and just like kind of watch your TV, people around, and kind of stuff. You join lobbies. I think that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, yeah. So you can sit and watch film together.
Yeah, you can have like a cinema night kind of stuff.
Oh, and do you do that?
No, we haven't done that. We need to make a date night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I want to come to date night with you guys.
Still need to play Pillow VR as well. That's going to be an experience.
Foot rub VR.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So, okay. Well, it's bizarre. I'd love to just question someone from Sony as to say, why have you not got any other non-gaming apps now?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I'm surprised YouTube hasn't came on there. Like, I mean, if it's running on Quest, as it does, and it's fine on Quest, I mean, I know it's only you're seeing like a big screen, but it feels cool. I don't know why they haven't just done the same thing on PlayStation. Makes no sense.
It's all browser-based as well.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, I guess they just want to control what people can use it for, I suppose. Because you can't, there's no browser, is there, on the PS5 in general? There isn't a way.
Don't think so. I think there's some way, like, it's there in the back end for certain things, I think. I think you can actually access it.
I think someone worked out if you download the Twitter, or if you use some sort of Twitter link up, maybe you can't do this anymore, but if you had some Twitter link up, you could use that to launch a website if you put a link in a tweet or something. Yeah.
Intriguing.
Yeah, it is intriguing. But yeah, if you look at the Apple one, what's the Apple
Vision Pro?
Vision Pro.
Vision Pro, thank you. I knew it wasn't VR. No, that's all about the non-gaming stuff. So it's weird that Sony doesn't want any part of that. But there you go. Okay. What else has been out this week is a game Hitman 3 VR Reloaded. Thank you for me the title there. So that's come out this week, and we are holding off our review on it because you guys have been playing it, haven't you? I think there's a big patch coming, which was due to be there on day one, but it's been delayed. So I think we were holding off to play that.
Yeah,
or you were.
Yeah, I've played it a little bit for now, but after seeing the patch notes that were there, I was kind of like, I'm gonna come back to this because I'm not personally enjoying it as it stands, and I'd rather see it in with the patches. There's some cool stuff in there, and it does feel like Hitman, and I will be honest, walking around and surveying the levels as Hitman is a cool thing. It feels cool. But I'd rather see it with the patch, and the notes they gave us is pretty much a lot of the issues that I'm having with the way I'm viewing the game, so that's what I'm waiting, personally.
Well, fingers crossed that does the business and helps polish it up. I'm sure there'll be more patches to come in the way that these things do.
Yeah, there definitely will be. I think they know some things they need to work on. But I also think like with VR games, I mean, let's go back to like Hell. What was one where you could do the flips and stuff? Alex, help me out here.
I know Hell Super. Yeah,
that one. Yeah, I mean, when that came out, that didn't look good. It didn't play that great as well. It was a bit jittery. Now look at it. You know, things can change. And I did see a post on Twitter as well, which I think something I really want to raise is that somebody said, it's 2024. If I've learned anything, is that a game that releases today, that can be not what you want it to be. In 10 months' time, it could be everything you wanted it to be. And I think that's such a factual statement with how video games are these days. So,
Okay, well, maybe once you guys have had a chance to play it, once it's been patched up, you can let us know your thoughts in the future.
100%. Yeah, we definitely. I'll be jumping on it tonight at some point, I'm sure.
Something else that's been revealed this week is Pico 4 Ultra, which is quite exciting. New headset, always nice to see. New fancy, new flashy VR headsets. Reese, I'm coming to you for this one because I assumed you are all over what this is.
I mean, I know it's a Pico.
Yeah, so Pico it's a standalone device,
Yeah,
right?
it's like a Quest. I think in some regards it's a little bit better than the Quest, is what some people are saying. But then I've also heard other people that have had hands on saying it's not as good as the Quest. It's kind of like a mixed thing. But all I know is you can pre-order it on Argos at the moment. It comes with leg trackers, which is one thing that I want to. But for the Quest,
yeah,
is
leg tracker's
track
quite
it.
cool, isn't it?
It's such a cool idea because then you can play all various games, you know.
Can start dancing
Like
properly.
what? Like
Yeah,
what?
that Dance Dash one, isn't it? Yeah, that Dance Dash one, which I really want to
Surely
try.
back to the football. There must be like some sort of penalty
That'd be good.
penalty taking.
Was it that VR Kung Fu one me and Alex played before? You can use your legs in that. There's a lot of different games. Anything
Foot
that
rub
makes you
VR.
Stop it now. Stop teasing me.
That's Pico Ultra done. Yeah, you can pick up the Pico.
So Pico obviously doesn't, because am I remembering correctly that Quest were going to make their OS available everywhere? So does that include
Pico?
One of Pico? Does Pico have its own?
No,
software?
It's its own storefront, and it's run by, I believe it's owned by the company that owns TikTok, isn't it?
yeah, it's ByteDance. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just China VR, I guess.
Yeah, and it's not coming to America again either, so it's only launching
Oh, really?
in Europe.
Yeah. Wow, they really don't like China, do they? No, that's interesting. I suppose that's going to limit its...
It's a nice looking device, I'll give them that. It does look nice. The controllers look very questy, I think is the best way of putting it. But the device itself, I think, looks quite nice, even though it's not much of a different looking device from the Pico 4. But then Alex read something that I completely disregard, is that you can't change the head straps, and that's an instant kind of for me, because the amount of times I put on the Quest and go, actually, I want a different strap on.
Sorry. Well, we've got our...
Late night with Reese.
We've got a little extract there to go on Twitter. Thank you, Reese. Yeah.
Anyway,
well, Reese is enjoying this episode, I think.
He is. I think the one thing I would say with this, when I seen this come out and I seen the spec sheet and like the comparisons between this and the Quest and the Pico 4 original version, I'm like, the specs on it didn't scream out, this is worth an upgrade from the Quest 3. It didn't look much better than the Quest 3.
Yeah, and that's Quest 3's been out for like 18 months now. So
about a year.
About a year.
About a year, yeah.
And this is 529, which I think is more expensive as well than the Quest.
A year in October.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, good.
529 available to pre-order for, so that's more expensive than the old Quest. The old Quest. Okay.
And we're going to get the Quest 3S soon, so...
Which we don't want because of the Fresnel lenses, do we?
Yeah.
I want the pancake lenses. Although,
I don't
again...
even know what that means.
It's the same lenses as the Quest 2, and I also think, doesn't the PSVR 2 have... Was it the PSVR 1? I know one of them uses Fresnel. I think it might be the PSVR
2.
I can't remember. It's all,
the Quest lenses are better than... I don't know which is which, but the Quest ones are better than...
Pancake's a clearer lens, although Fresnel... Or, I don't know how to pronounce it right, but yeah... It
doesn't matter.
Lenses.
Making up words, Reese. Just keep this sort of thing to the Discord. People love all this chat on there.
Yeah, they probably do. But, you know, the Quest 3S, I think, is going to be good for them people that just want a minor upgrade. You know, like families that want to grab a new Quest for their kids and not get the Quest 2 because they want something that will play Batman, basically. I think that's what it's going to be good for.
And I think if you're just using it for the non-VR stuff, then I'm sure the 3S, not 3DS, will... Why isn't it called the 3DS? Gee, Christ's sake. It could have been the Quest 3DS. That will be the one to go for, wouldn't it, if you just want it for media apps. If there's a cheaper, more mainstream option.
Very silly episode so far.
That's how we roll. Okay, well, hopefully Reese or Alex will pick up a Pico 4 Ultra. We can talk about that in more future.
Probably not yet.
No, that's it. You've committed. So, speaking of things that are committed to releasing constant, excellent content is Walkabout Mini Golf. Just tenuous segue there, but we'll do it. Mars Gardens is the latest one. So this is set on a base sort of station on Mars, like some sort of weird habitat on the surface of Mars. And I presume there's some bits outside the space station as well. You're wandering around in your little Mars rover. It's once again, it looks like another pretty cool thing. I just love the Walkabout mini golfs, and like with the Wallace and Gromit ones, I just love them. I don't really bother about playing golf. I just love exploring their maps. They're so interesting and like fun just to walk around. All of the themed courses they've done, like I could happily play the mini golf or not play the mini golf. I'll take it or leave it. I just love exploring the worlds they make, and it's genius. Like the VR. It's just like VR tourism at this point now. The sort of things that they come up with, you can just go around these cool places that they create.
Such a perfect way of describing mini golf, I tell you.
Yeah, because like when you go on holiday, you always find somewhere you can play mini golf, right? You always go. Everywhere's got little mini golf courses these days. Something there, any holiday,
anywhere near a beach usually is a weird mini golf course somewhere. There's that crazy golf.
It's like VR tourism, but it's around like you can go to the labyrinth, or you can go to some Japanese Zen garden, or it's just the fact that you can just got all these different IPs and all these like mad stuff that you can just. There aren't other games that you can go to Mars and just muck about on, or to go to Wallace and Gromit's house and stuff. It's just it really does for me transcend playing the mini golf. It is just to get to go to these places, and with the Bad Wolf one as well. It's just such fun places to go to, and the Atlantis one. It's just all of them, every single one of them. It's just a delight.
They do a good job.
Explore the new spaces that they create.
Yeah,
and if you can do it whilst playing golf with your mates and laughing at it and having a great time, then it's such a good thing. I love it.
Yeah. Because there's something that sounds really cool about this course, and I don't know whether it's under embargo or not, so I don't want to say it. So I was trying to find out if it was under embargo, so that I'm best just not talking about it. We'll just
I'm sure they won't mind. You can.
It's where he says it, and they're like, Alex, we heard you say this on the recent episode of the podcast.
Go read the press release now. I want to know what you're talking about.
It does. Well, I'm just going to say it because I can cut this bit out if I find out that it is. But it's got rideable Mars rover.
Nice.
That'd be quite cool.
Very cool. Cool. So that's coming September the 12th, which is shortly after this episode comes out. So you can join us probably the weekend after that if you want playing some Walkabout mini golf with us on Mars. We've got the course, so we'll be having to go at it, and you can join our games and come play with us. It's also coming, excitingly, Walkabout mini golf is coming to iPhone. I don't know, Android as well? Definitely.
I think it's just iPhone at the minute.
Just iPhone for now. I wonder if it will be on Apple Arcade. I wonder if it will be on Apple Arcade. But it looks like they're doing a fantastic job of translating all of it to the Pocket Edition. It's going to be. We think it's the same courses as the main game, and obviously you're just playing it in mobile, so you are touching and swinging. You're just using a touchscreen to do it. It's obviously not going to be as immersive, and you're not going to have that whole VR tourism part that I was just talking about. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be hard. So why not? Give it a go.
True. Yeah, might as well be a pro Walkabout mini golf player on the iPhone. But first, I've got to buy an iPhone. So.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks really cool. So fair play there for managed to port it to mobile. Hope it does well.
It's also coming to iPad.
Oh, I've got one of those.
Oh, there you go.
It's on the roadmap. It's not quite there yet, but it's...
Cool.
Nick the missus' iPad.
Okay, let's crack on. No Man's Sky also getting a big update. This is called the Aquarius update. I know it's like a week ago we had another huge update. This is the Aquarius update now, and it's basically a whole load of water-based stuff. So it's making the oceans much more alive, much more vibrant. And the only thing I've really paid any attention to is that it's going to have fishing, which you can do in co-op. So I don't know if there's another game that you can just hang out with your buds and just go to an alien planet and just do some fishing. Like, how fun's that going to be? Because
I do like No Man's Sky. I used to play a lot of it before I had VR, and then I tried it in PSVR1. But back in the day, I used to play it quite a bit, and it didn't have any of this stuff. And I really wish it did.
So, it didn't have anything, did it?
I mean, I find it hilarious. Every time he releases a new patch or a new update, everybody's like, "You can stop now. You can go on to make something else. Just stop. You've atoned for your sins."
Yeah, just make No Man's Sky 2, and all this stuff could have been in No Man's Sky 2, couldn't it? Everyone would have been like, "Wow, No Man's Sky 2 is like vastly superior to No Man's Sky 1." But now
is it no more light they're making next?
Something like that.
Yeah,
but I think ultimately a lot of this stuff is coming because they're building it for their new game and they're testing the test out No Man's Sky essentially.
Yeah, but it won't be a big leap then, will it, if all this stuff's already... But I mean, who's, like... Where are they getting the money from all this? Really, hardly any...
People buying the game still.
Well, yeah, I must still sell some copies every time they do these updates.
High in the store.
Yeah, I guess.
Game.
Yeah, check that out. No Man's Sky fans, let us know what you think. Talking about water, this is a great segue now. Pools has appeared on the PS Store. So this is like... Well, what is this? What is this all about? It's a pool as in swimming pools.
A liminal experience. Is that how we class these?
It's basically a walking simulator in a sense where you kind of is it basically made for people with the fear of empty spaces and things like that, isn't it? And the fear of the unknown of what's going to happen. I've heard people that have played the flat version enjoyed it, found it quite creepy. So I think it'll translate really well into VR. It looks phenomenal. Like that trailer they showed looks really good.
Yeah,
they did say they are quite early in development, so we don't know when this is going to come, but it is coming.
Yeah, that is also true.
So nice water effects on it, and which brings me nicely onto Subside, which is another game that is water based. and that's coming to PCVR now. It's got released at the 17th of September. And Reece, you've played is it early access version of this?
The demo I've played. The first demo you put out, and
you were raving about this, weren't you? Yeah, you were loving it.
Yeah, I've still got to edit my first reactions of playing it, basically, because I just remember just how it kind of go, whoa, this is insane. And it's still, every time I've went back into it since, yeah, I think people are going to love this. Just that first experience of how great this looks. And to be fair, I think it should run on most PCs. I say most PCs. I've got a fairly decent one, but it looked good on that. So hopefully it does well. Looks good though, and I think people are going to enjoy it. It's very chilled as well.
Yeah, I think these experiences, I've got a lot of time for them. This one is coming to PSVR2 at some point soon, so it's good that it's launching in PCVR. So hopefully then it won't be too much longer to wait to come to PSVR2, but it looks very cool. So keeping on the water theme, when water gets frozen, it turns into snow, and Snow Scout is coming out on the... Come on.
Yeah.
He's perfect,
you're welcome to host it. You're welcome to take over as host.
Literally.
Snow Scout. It comes out on the 12th of September.
It does. So this is coming from Tuner Max, who made Rainbow Reactor Fusion Remastered. I'm sure that's the full title. I'll always get it right. So they
did, yes.
They have reached out and shared code, so we will be playing this and we'll be able to tell you a bit about this next week. But I'm quite looking forward to this. It's a bit of a different experience. It's basically like more of an exploration game, and you're a snow scout and going around and trying to find things and take pictures of things.
Is it? You're running a bit of a ski resort as well, so it's a bit of what's the Arcade Paradise style
simulator type
part
thing.
of that. It's that simulator of just trying to do a job, run a business kind of thing. So it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, looking forward to trying it.
So it's always made me curious of what started this VR development. I'm just going, let's throw mundane jobs into VR and see if people enjoy them. And for some reason, it works.
Probably Job Simulator being the most popular game.
That's probably the most popular one. But I'm pretty sure there must have been something before that. I must have just done it. I don't know. It works though, so let's keep it up.
Cool. Moving away from the water-based games, we've got Grand Rush VR Highway Car Traffic Racing Simulator. It's actually
10 out of 10 for title.
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
That's Grand Rush VR Highway Car Traffic Racing Simulator. Yeah. Do you think this is just for people that search Gran Turismo and they think it's called Grand Turismo? So they just type in Grand.
Okay.
And this comes up and it's like, oh, racing sims. That's what I wanted.
I did a little bit of research on this one.
Oh, well.
Some people were commenting, going, "Oh, I don't know, this is going to be a good game." I don't want to shit on anyone's dreams. That's the best one putting it. But I also don't think it's going to be a good game. It's a flat game, which was $9.99. Doesn't look like it got played much. Doesn't look like it got rated too well either. When I looked at their website, their website reminds me very much of Midnight Works. And if anybody knows of that company, they're the ones that made Chris Payne Hero, which got removed from the PlayStation Store just because of how bad it was, as did their other two games they were making. So people were like, this looks like it might be made by the same company but under a different name. It could be a possibility. I need to do a little bit more digging there, but yeah, hopefully it's good, but I don't have high hopes just because. Yeah, it just.
I mean, the name suggests it's one of these.
Yeah, one of them shovelware ones. Yeah,
shovelware, clickbaity type things that just want people to find it. Just through the Switch store is classic for that, isn't it?
Yeah, and just one last time, what was the game called?
Grand Rush VR Highway Car Traffic Racing Simulator.
He says it was such prowess.
I mean, I'm sure it'll last longer than Concord. So.
Hey, you two, big fans of Concord, aren't you? We've been talking about that on the Moves Vale this week.
I don't know if we'll bother.
Yeah. You could
it was good while it lasted.
Start a conversation here and then just stop. Just within stop early and just move on to the next. Just kill that conversation off.
Just take it round the back and put a bullet in its head.
Sorry, Lenny.
Put it out of its misery. Talking of misery, One True Path Part 1. This is the next game from the people that made Fisherman's Tale.
Yeah.
Yes. Which I thought you'd be excited for just by hearing that.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Then disappointed by the next bit you're probably going to read.
On Quest. For now. No. Well, I mean, they did that, didn't they?
And PC, yeah. Quest and PC first.
But they don't do early access, do they, on PSVR2? So the fact they got Fisherman's Tale over suggests that... Is it the same publisher? Yeah. Who knows?
No, I don't think it's Vertigo doing these.
I did say, speaking of misery, I'm misery.
Yeah, you want me
not
to?
coming to PSVR2. So this has got very nice shell shaded graphics. It looks like a kind of the Last Worker style thing, right? It had
Yeah,
kind of thing
yeah,
over
yeah.
it.
Narrative.
So
He's looking at all things to. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, it's a narrative shooter, which seems a bit odd to have another shooter, but this time with a narrative. I say it's odd to have another shooter, but not we get a new one every week, which never bores me.
as long as it's not a roguelike, we're fine.
Yes,
No
that
more
is true.
roguelikes.
That's true.
I mean, anything narrative is. I think that's quite hard to do, and people shy away from doing it in VR because it's quite hard to tell stories, as developers tell us whenever they're on the show. So yeah, I will be keeping an eye on it.
Yeah.
It's episodic, which is quite cool. I think if they can just put out regular, shorter experiences, I think that will work really well for VR. And yeah, I mean, the French studio that made A Fisherman's Tale and then another Fisherman's Tale in particular is just a absolutely beautiful story. That's at the heart of it. It's really powerful. I absolutely loved it. So hopefully they're going to put their storytelling
I'm sure they will.
on this as well.
I need to go back and play that. Like, now that I remembered the thing I did wrong to put me off it, I really need to go back and finish it.
Have you played the first one as well?
No, I've only played the second one.
I preferred the first one, but literally both of them I liked how closed off the first one was, how it's just all very in one place, and I just thought it was really nice.
I mean, the first one's kind of like a prologue for the second one.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. No issues in the second one. Really enjoyed both of them. I think they're two games that don't get spoken about enough. Like, I still think people need to rave about them. They're brilliant.
Yeah, well, I could have done with you when we started this show and I was talking about it. And these two, Ben and Alex, are shitting on the game.
No, they're great games.
I love them. Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to their next piece of work. So, yeah. Hope to hear more soon.
Well, that's One True Path, part one. Let's move on, shall we, to what we have been playing. Why don't you start? Because you've been playing a cracking game.
Yeah, so a while back, I bought a game called Vampire the Masquerade Justice, which I believe you've both spoke about this before in the past.
Yeah, we've been playing it.
You've been one of the devs on, didn't you, as well, at one point?
We did. A great interview.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that. It's almost like I watched them back then. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I decided I'll jump into this after picking it up and having it installed and not playing it for probably about 4 months of owning it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just browsing, and I tell you what, I regret not jumping into this the day I downloaded it. What a game!
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of Dishonored games. Okay, and playing this in VR is literally like VR Dishonored just with vampire abilities. Like the power ups, you get to use that one where it's like the tether and it explodes their head. I was like, yep, this is grotesque. I like this. This is everything I could ask for. And yeah, I'm having a really good time with it. The whole leaning function.
Yeah, it has that Dishonored blink power, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's not just that as well. I think even the movement, even though it's in VR, the movement feels so reminiscent of Dishonored, like just the way the character moves itself. And that seems weird to say because you're playing a VR game and you have your hands to function and all that kind of stuff. But it just feels like everything is very Dishonored-y. And is that word? We're going with it.
It is now.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I don't know. I feel like this is something I wish Bethesda did a while back, or Arcane did a while back for Dishonored, so I could have had a VR game in that world.
Yeah, well, maybe get the devs on to this game to get them to work on a Dishonored VR.
They would nail it 100%. I think they would exceed my expectations completely if they did that. But yeah, no, I'm absolutely loving it. I've just got up to, I think I'm on like probably the 4th chapter, 5th chapter now. Just finished the chapter after I got the crossbow. The little hand attachment crossbow, and I love the way you have to reload that as well, make the bolts. It's just, it feels everything's very interactable. The way you kind of get your power up as well, you have to like, drain your blood into the bowl. It just, everything, the way they've designed it, just all feels brilliant. And yeah, if anyone hasn't played this yet, you've been holding off for any reason, go pick it up. It's such a good game.
Looks very nice as well, doesn't it?
Yes, I mean I've only played it on the PlayStation, but I am tempted to pick it up on Quest at some point, just because. Yeah, I mean, I always say to myself, I might get a game on Quest just in case I want to take my Quest somewhere with me. I don't ever take my Quest out; it stays at home. But just in case, for the rainy days. But
you're going to go outside in the rain with the Quest.
Yes, with the strap on. Anyways, so as long as I don't know where I'm going with this now. You can play it in the car. While I'm on a car journey, I'll play it in the car. There you go, Alex.
Vampire the Masquerade Justice, though. It's a good game.
Thank you, Laura. Yeah, it's great. Just go grab it. Can't
Or
rate
bait
it enough. Well, that's a good one. Yeah, do that.
It is definitely one of those that I played a bit of, loved it, but there was so much other stuff that came out around the same time that I was obliged to cover. You've reminded me that I should go back and play that.
I think that's why I didn't play it 4 months ago, and I'm sure it was a good few months ago I bought it, and I just didn't play it. And I think it's because the same thing as you. There were so many games getting sent over for us to try out, and just never got round to it. I think I got it on for a sale for like £12.
Nice.
And I feel like that's a reasonable price.
I mean, VR, there's just too much good stuff to play these days. It's a problem. It's a big problem. It's only going to get worse. Cool. Well, are you going to keep playing it? You're going to finish it off?
I am, yeah. I've been jumping into it every now and then. I streamed it the other day. I'm probably going to carry on doing that. But then again, I still go back and finish Resident Evil 4 at some point as well. So,
or you know what? I've got that to start soon. It's getting closer and closer to to be. Maybe Halloween. I'll jump in.
I'm sure Ben mentioned that you'd be starting that soon. I think somebody else wants to borrow it, don't they?
Oh, really? Do they? Not used to me.
You would if you listened to the Mimics now.
Well, I do. Try to.
Got him, boys. Got him.
Alex, you've been playing Starwave and telling everyone about it on our new little
side hustle.
Yeah,
it's not quite a side hustle, but yeah. So I've been playing Starwave, and I'm not going to say too much about it. So I really enjoyed this. I've been jumping back in to do those like daily challenges on it. So they pick levels for each day, and it kind of just gives you 3 different levels, I think, at a time for the daily challenges. But it just gives you 10-15 minutes of you playing a little rhythm game, which is a good little getting you moving, if nothing else, for those 10 and 15 minutes. And I really enjoy this game. But as you said, hopefully you will have seen on your feeds our little side show, which is Cross-Button VR Snap. I might have called it something else in the episode because we weren't quite sure what we were going to call it at that point, but we've now agreed on Snap, and I think it works. So go check it out if you haven't, and there are affiliate codes in the descriptions where you can get 10% off. So
yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So for the people that don't know, the Snap's basically going to be just a short 5-10 minute reviews focusing on one thing, just what you've been playing, with footage of the game, just a quick short review, basically.
Yeah. Pretty much what we do here when we talk about the games, just except for it has footage and it's focused just on one.
It's just a standalone episode that will get released into the feed and on the channel. It's lovely stuff. We'd love to see it.
Lets you enjoy more Cross-Button right there.
Yeah,
VR. Sorry,
because there's just too many games to feature and do justice to in the episodes themselves, without the episodes being
true.
2 hours long every week, and I won't be having that. So
this isn't NX.
My watch. Yeah, it's not NX. You have to really settle in for the night to enjoy one of those. Well, I have been playing a game, if you call it a game even. It's called the Utility Room. And it's nothing to do with... Yeah, nothing to do with where you do your washing or your tumble drying. Yeah, the Utility Room. It's quite a mouthful. And this is... I don't know how to describe it, really, or even if I want to describe it, because it kind of spoils things. It takes about an hour to play, and it tells you that at the start. You can choose the classic experience, or there is like an extended edition, which is more like an hour and 15, hour and 20, a bit longer. And then there's some extra content as well that is worth checking out after you finish the main thing. And it's more akin to going around an art exhibition. And the experience, you go into an art exhibition, you walk around it, you walk around all the rooms, and there's lots of strange, disconcerting things that make you think, challenge you, make you wonder what is going on. It's very, very strange. It's very, very interesting, and I liked it a lot. And I can see a lot of people would just be like, "What the fuck is this? This is utter shite. I'm not playing this." And it's not really a game at all. There's a bit of gameplay. It's a bit of a maze in some respects, and there are some things that try to get you that you have to kind of dodge and navigate your way around. It's quite fun. I could just remember going to mad art exhibitions in London with people doing live action stuff that they would try and be part of the exhibit, and they'd interact with you or jump out at you, or they try and mess around with it, just kind of freak you out as you're going around it and stuff. And it's kind of like that. You're just going around all these spaces, and there's some really huge big open spaces. So don't let Lewis play this. You can see when the fact there's some. See, I do listen.
He does. It's the most recent one. Look at that. Boom.
So And it looks really cool. It's really imaginative. It's like you've been dropped on some alien planet and you're just left to explore, and kind of sets out, it gives that in the expedition, the setup. It says you are a visitor at this place. So the utility room is basically the space at the end of the universe that's behind the scenes that keeps the world running, basically. So there's just all some kind of mad shit that is just very reality bending and very strange. And it's kind of, not following the usual rules of physics and how things should look. It's like you're walking by some sort of desolate alien planet with lots of crazy, weird faces that are watching you and tracking you and just trying to freak you out as you're going around it. And it's really hard to describe. I don't know how much it costs. As I say, it only takes an hour. So if you have a look how much it costs, you think that's too much for me. But it's you could only do this in VR. It's really cool just to go somewhere and to have an hour-long experience that is totally mad and mind-blowing. And at the end of it, you unlock this museum that you can walk through, and gallery it's called. And there's stuff in that that's even just as mad and bonkers and as interesting to walk through. And it's just, I guess, that's the only thing I can think. So it's most like going through an art gallery and just seeing some pieces. And you see some art galleries and you sometimes think, I'm not really sure what this is meant to be saying to me, but it's quite cool and it's making me smile and I like it and it's interesting. And you have to just kind of interpret it how you want to interpret it is how I can say, really. As you go through the main game, there are collectibles. You can find these heads that are representative of the things that are in this space as you go around it. They're not severed heads, no.
But
They're just kind of, they're like Easter Island heads.
Oh, okay, right. That makes sense. Since that's the background image.
Yeah, and then in the menu there's a head, like a head diary type thing, or something that gives you some explanations and some backstory behind the heads. Yeah, I think it might actually be called head count. But there's some backstory behind them. It explains what their job is in this in the utility room at the end of the universe. It explains what their role is and stuff. And yeah, I would. It's a hard one to recommend because a lot of people will be like, "Why on earth did you tell me to play this? I'm never listening to you again because this is terrible." But if you like weird, really weird, strange, arty experiences, then give this one a go. If you don't like that sort of thing, if what I'm sounding just to explain sounds like that's a complete dog shit, then just you're not going to like it. Just don't even consider it. But if you're at all curious and just like this just mad stuff that you could only really get like this in VR, I think it's worth checking out. And it's only an hour of your time. You can sit through it, the whole thing in one session for sure. And I'm really glad I played it. I did enjoy it. So yeah, it gets the stamp of approval from me, but you two could both play it. And
we'll try.
I hated this. I didn't like it. So I'd be curious to see your thoughts on it, and whether or not you have the same take on it.
Yeah, and it's quite an interesting background because it was basically a passion project to one guy, and it kind of blew up out of a Reddit post. And if you do want to find out a bit more about it and a bit more of the background, you can go to kinglumps.com, and he's got a bit of a story around how it came to be and explaining it a bit.
Yeah, his background as well, which I think is quite interesting. I think it reflects well with what a lot of people are saying about the game. And I did check the price, so it's $13.99.
Okay, well that seems reasonable to me.
Pounds, I think it's $18.99 or $17.99.
Yeah, that's what you'd pay to get into a museum.
Yeah,
there you go. Then
see, that seems reasonable to me. I think you will. It's like, I'd happily pay that for it. I think it's worth it. It's going to the money's going to people that have made this, a small team that will be seeing the proceeds of it, and it's unlike anything else that I've ever played. So for that, I salute it.
We do like unique games, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's very unique.
Something that's not been done before.
And they kind of in the description for it, it's a bit of it includes horror in the descriptions, and there are bits in it that are truly like some of the, I don't want to say scariest because it's not scary, but the most like disconcerting, like I don't want to, can't give it any way of spoiler. I don't want to show you any pictures of it because you need to discover it for yourself, because there are moments in it that you're like, what the fuck is that? And you have to be like, that is seriously the weirdest, quite scariest, quite and the music does a good job. It's quite ominous at times, and you kind of get chased a little bit. So I say, it's playful in that way, like a kind of good like interactive art exhibition I could think of I've been to in the past that I like. It's kind of got that playful sense to it. It's quite a playful scariness. So I think it's one that people should check out and give it a go. But equally, if you don't like it, then that's sorry.
I'm sorry for ruining your day.
Yeah, well, only an hour of your day.
I'm interested. So. I'm interested, and I think I'm more interested after hearing you say just how weird some of the stuff is in it, because that always intrigues me more.
Yeah,
I'll check that out.
Give it a go. Cool. Well, let's wrap things up there. Unless either of you have anything else to add. Reese, if you want to say anything embarrassing again, you feel free. Now's your chance.
No, I'm all right, thanks. I think I'm just going to keep quiet.
No, we love you. We love you, Reese, and all of your outbursts. Oh, everyone, thank you. Thank you again for listening, especially for listening to Reese. It's nice that he has someone to hear his thoughts. If you've enjoyed this episode, we'd love it if you could please tell your family and your friends all about us. And if you'd like to get more involved with this, please don't hesitate to jump into our Discord and say hello. And thanks to everyone who's done so already. I've been your host, Laurie. These two have been Alex and Reese, and we will see you again next time. Until then, it's goodbye.